around the eyebrows and the cheekbones. The eyebrows and the cheekbones. From the nose to the temples. From the nose to the ears. And you can do it much longer than we're doing it now. Believe me, it can only pay off. Do it several times a day. Now, let's talk about blinking. There's a big difference between blinking and squinting. When you squint, you tighten the eyes. But when you blink, you open and you close the eyes real gently. And you think as if the eyelashes are opening and closing the eyes. So Tony, when you open and close the eyes, visualize as if the eyelashes are doing the work of opening and closing. It sounds almost magical, but if you think that way, you stop yourself from frowning and squinting as you peripheralize those muscles. Feels nice, doesn't it?
Yes.
One other wonderful exercise is to massage the eyelashes, just so you will give yourself the order, the controlling order that the local eyelid muscles are doing the work and not the forehead muscles doing it. I remember that once in my training course, when we did an exercise on kinesthetic awareness, I asked from people to feel how much strain can there be in their face and head when they blink with their eyelids in a strenuous way. Some of them felt strain even in their neck and shoulder. Truth of the matter is, we don't even know how much we strain and how harmful it is. It's important to blink frequently. One lady who came to me with retinal detachments had in her chart written by very known ophthalmologist, this woman is not blinking. I asked her to blink, and the blinking exercise helped her gain a lot of it back.
When you begin to do the exercises on yoga for your eyes, you may experience an immediate improvement in your vision. You can measure your continuing progress by taking a moment right now to mark your starting point. To do this, you may use a traditional eye chart or make your own. Use flowers, leaves, symbols, clip art from your computer, or any other images you like. Just arrange them in rows so that each row gets progressively smaller as you move down to the bottom of the page. Hang your chart at a distance where you can see only part of the chart clearly. Begin reading each line, starting at the top of the chart. Continue as far down as you can, then mark the last row you can see clearly. As you continue exercising your eyes, you'll use this point to measure how much your vision is improving. To do this next exercise, you'll need 3 rectangles of black construction paper. The first should be 1.5 by 2.5 inches. The second should be 2 inches by 3.5 inches. And the third should be 2 inches by 5 inches. A double-overed piece of adhesive tape in the middle of each rectangle will allow you to attach it to the point between your eyebrows, or at the top of the bridge of your nose. You will use these tools to strengthen your peripheral vision and balance the use of both eyes together.
We're going to use several instruments in our work. Very easy instruments to use. And this is a good introduction, and you can yourself innovate and invent a lot of other instruments. This is a small piece of paper we put between the eyes to simply block central vision. With this, we'll block even more central vision. With this, we'll block even more central vision. We're using the chart, and we're using a page with different size print. By the way, don't be slaves of this practice. This is just a suggested practice. If you adopt the same principle with other exercises, you will do just as well for yourself. Let's start, Tony, by maybe we should move away from the chart now that you know exactly what you see. And move your chair opposite than the table, or should I move the table away? Maybe I should move the table away. And put this little paper between your eyes. Effectively, you block your central vision. Wave your hands to the side, and when you wave your hands, you are stimulating the rods which are specialized in peripheral and night vision. In the past, people used to sit in amphitheater and have 360 degrees of vision. Today, our peripheral vision has been diminished. We hardly walk at night. We hardly see stars and moons these days. And it takes about 40 minutes of a night walk to wake up the rods of the eyes. If you know a friendly environment, walk for about an hour and 10 minutes, so you'll have half an hour of waking up those rods. And the next thing I want you to do, Tony, is wave your hands and move your whole body up and down as you wave the hands, just to create more and more stimulation to those rods. Of course, one thing that you can do is run with this paper between your eyes and wave your hands to the side. And I used to do it. I used to even bike, but with a smaller piece of paper, and everybody was laughing, of course, but it really helped me start and use my two eyes together. If you use both hands from the two sides, you will have a good peripheral vision. Let me show you something. If you look at the finger in front of you, if you close one eye, the finger moves into one direction. If you close the other eye, it moves to the other direction. But if you open both eyes without moving your finger, it seems to be in one place. One eye can easily dominate the other. If you close the right eye, it moves to the right. You close the left eye, it moves to the left. So the right eye looks a bit left and the left looks a bit right, and quite often one eye will dominate the other eye. We want no eye to dominate. When you put your two hands in the periphery, no one eye can see what the other eye sees. When you close the one eye, you can only see one hand. If you close the other eye, you can see the other hand. That's why we're starting to use the periphery, beside the fact that we want to integrate cells that we never use with this practice. Now, put the middle size page and wave your hands to the side. Wave your hands to the side, and now effectively you're blocking your central vision even more, and you're waking up peripheral cells you normally don't pay attention to. They're there, but they're dormant, they're latent. Now move your whole body up and down, up and down, up and down. Move your whole body up and down. And this way, you really activated your periphery. But you know, we can even do better. Let's take the middle size off and put the larger size on, and wave your hands to the side. Move above and below, above and below. Pay attention to what you're doing now. You are blocking your central vision completely. You cannot see centrally, and don't strain to look at the paper. Just look at it with a soft eye. Don't focus on it, just look at it, and your brain will focus on the periphery. So you wave your hands from below, you wave your hands from above, you wave your hands from the side, and you move up and down. 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 And now, rub your hands as you keep moving your head up and down. Rub your hands. Move the head up and down. And now palm. Put your hands around your eyes. Just for 3 deep breaths. And by the way, you can do it at any time. Just palm for 3 deep breaths. But this time, we're palming in order to widen the pupils and to activate more of our peripheral cells that are only active in the dark. Now take your hands off and wave them and wave them. Do you have a sense more of the periphery of the room?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Now move your whole body up and down, up and down, up and down, all the way down, all the way up. This is a wonderful exercise, not only for good vision, but against pressure in the eye. It can help prevent glaucoma and many other eye disease. Now let's take this off and put this on. And wave the hands to the side. Wave the hands to the side. Wave your hands to the side. And I'll give you the small piece of paper. And wave your hands to the side. And there's a question I want to ask you. Does the small piece of paper seem to be smaller to you right now?
Yes.
Isn't that interesting? What's interesting about it is that the field of vision have grown. And so in relationship to the field, the small paper seemed to be smaller. Now, let's palm for a minute and we'll start the following exercises. Breathe deeply. Breathe slowly. Feel how the abdomen expands as you inhale and feel how it shrinks when you exhale. Feel how the waist and the lower back are expanding as you inhale and feel how they shrink when you exhale. Feel how the ribs are expanding as you inhale and how they shrink as you exhale. Feel how the head expands as you inhale and feel how it shrinks when you exhale. And slowly take your hands off. Now, Tony will do the following exercises. Turn to the chart again. And look at it. How does it look to you now, by the way?
It's
The same as before, right?
actually it's clearer than before.
It's clearer than before. Wonderful. Wonderful. Can you read this line?
Yes.
How about this one?
Yes.
Oh, that's progress.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Now, what we want to do is as follows. We want to put the small piece of paper in front of your strong eye. And by the way, how do you measure if you have a weak or a strong eye? You have the most natural way of doing it. You cover one eye and you measure it. Then you cover the other eye and you measure it. Although it's most likely that quite a few of the people at home know exactly which eye is stronger and weaker. Okay? Put the piece of paper between the eyes and wave in front of the right eye, in your case, and read with the left eye, which is the weaker eye in your case. This gives the left eye a chance to be the one that is looking at the letters. Now, the left eye, of course, doesn't see as clear as the right, does it?
No.
No. Can you see this line?
Yes.
Can you see this line?
No.
No. Can you see the spaces between the letters in this line?
Yes.
Can you see the spaces between the letters in this line?
Yes.
Can you see the spaces between the letters in this line?
No.
So, Tony can see two lines. Underneath the one that he can read, he can see the spaces between the letters. And the same will be with you. You may be able to see 6 or 7 lines underneath the one that you can read. And the lowest line you look at is the one where you can still see the spaces between the letters. That is shifting. Looking where you can still see, but not clearly, smaller details than the ones that you normally tend to look at. Let's do the last exercise before going outside. We need to stretch the eye muscles because in many ways they affect the size of our eyeball. Tony, could you please turn around on your chair? And the exercise is as such. Put your hand on your forehead to make sure that you don't tighten the forehead to do the exercise. Look up to the ceiling. Look to the side. Look down. Look to the other side. Look down. Look to the other side. And look up to at the ceiling. So you move your eyes in rotating motion. And you move them from side to side. And you breathe deeply and slowly. You keep moving your eyes in rotating motion and from side to side. As you do that, you are stretching your muscles in your orbits. Keep moving the eyes in rotating motion in both directions. Move them and move them and move them. And breathe deeply and slowly. Breathe deeply and slowly. If you sense that somewhere is hard for you to move your eyes, like for example up, or up to the right, or up to the left, stay there and move your eyes from side to side right there. Now rub your hands and palm. We went through a series of exercises which are good especially for near and far-sighted people. There are many more exercises to do, but this is a wonderful introduction to what you need to do to improve your vision. Dedicate yourself to these exercises, and you may find that your vision is improving with time.
Many older people suffer loss of their central vision. This is because the area near the middle of your retina, called the macula, tends to weaken after years of overuse. The exercises that follow will reactivate the macula, improve your peripheral vision, and balance the use of your two eyes together. Because we spend most of our waking hours focused on nearby objects like computer screens, books, and television, our ciliary muscles must strain to keep the lenses rounded. When we look into the distance, these muscles relax and the lenses become flatter. In cultures in which people spent much of their time looking into the distance, most individuals had keener eyesight than we do, and their gazes were softer. In our culture, we are more likely to focus rigidly on specific objects, and we keep this hardness in our gaze when looking into the distance. In addition to reactivating the macula, the following exercises will strengthen the ciliary muscles and help you focus accurately at any distance. The healthy eye continually moves from one small area to another so that the macula, the tiny area in the center of the retina that is capable of detailed vision, can briefly gather information in each one of these areas. Like the dots that make up a photograph in the newspaper, these details add up to an accurate picture of the whole image. When your vision begins to deteriorate, the movement of the macula slows down,